Then two angels, Munkar, Nakir, will come to him. And they will wake him up. They'll ask him three questions. Man Rabbuk? Who is your Lord? Wama Dinuk? What is your religion? وَمَاذَا تَقُولُ بِالرَّجُلِ الَّذِي بُعِثَ فِيكُمْ? And what do you say about that man who was sent as a messenger among you? And he will say, my Lord is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I believed in him and worshipped him. My religion is Islam, and the man is my prophet. I heard about him and I believed in him and followed him. And the angels will say to him, rest. Rest, for what is going to come is going to be better, O beautiful soul. And then he is told to look, or she is told to look to their left. And a little opening, a gateway is opened. And they see hellfire burning itself. Terrible, terrible place. And they will say to him, I don't know if it's Munkar wa Nakir or other angels that will be there. They will say to him, nevertheless, look at that. And the person in the grave moves away. Says, that is your place. Allah created that place for you. But because you chose to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have saved yourself from that place. You will never go in there. And they close it. Then they open a door from the right. And he sees paradise, palaces, beauty, undescribable beauty. And he loves it. And they say to him, this is what is awaiting for you now. You have earned it and you are going there. The bad soul, however, is in contrast to that. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, as for the bad soul, the opposite happens. Two angels who look terrible, whose face is darkened and horrible, they come down. And the angel of death stands at the head. And the two angels bring with them ugly smelling smell from hellfire and shroud from hellfire. And the angel of death says, come out, O dirty, stinking soul. Come out to a wrath from your Lord and a displeasure from him. Well, the hadith says that the soul runs away inside the body. And he rips it out. When he rips it out, Rasul gives an example, an image, like a thorny tree inside of wet wool. And you rip it out until the veins and everything inside sort of rip away, metaphorically speaking. Or is it really in reality? Only Allah knows how. But the point is, he feels it or she feels it, as though all of the veins and arteries in their body are ripped apart. He says, as soon as the angel of death carries the soul, the two angels grab it. They put it in this shroud from hellfire and this ugly smelling stuff from hellfire, and they go up into the heavens as well. They all get the opportunity to go through. The believing soul and the disbelieving soul, according to the hadiths, they all get the opportunity to go up. But every time it passes a group of angels, they say, whoa, what is this stinking soul? And they say, Fulan ibn Fulan, so-and-so, son of so-and-so, with the worst names that there was ever called in this world. And everyone run away from it. And everyone run away from it. It will reach the first sky. It will be asked to open the doors for it. And they refuse. Allah says this in the Quran actually. This is a great warning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's saying those who disbelieved in our ayat, our signs, and they had arrogance and vanity over it. They thought they're too good for it. The doors of the skies will not open for them. This is in the tafsir, this is what happens. When the soul goes up, the doors of the sky close. They're not allowed in. They are prevented. The doors of the heavens will not open for them, and they will never enter paradise. Listen to this description that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives. He said, they will never enter paradise until the camel enters through the hole of a needle that you sew with. Because when the camel enters through that hole, they'll enter paradise. This is in the Quran. Is it possible for a camel to enter through that hole of a needle? Never. That's what Allah says. Or the angels throw the soul down from the top. They throw it. And because Allah says this in the Quran as well about those who made shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that they will be thrown from the sky. And this is in Surah Al-Hajj. It says that they will be thrown from the heavens down onto the earth, into the body. The body would have been prepared and it will enter the grave. The Prophet ﷺ said, Munkar wa Nakir, come to it. And they woke it up with terror. It wakes up and sees this monstrosity in front of it. Obviously for them, there is no firmness of the heart. For they died disbelieving, they don't want him. Allah doesn't want them therefore, because they chose not to want him. And the angels will ask them, Man Rabbuk, Ma Dinuk, Mada taqul bi rajul ladhi bu'itha fikum. They ask them the same three questions. But Allah does not give them the answer on their tongue. Rather, He makes their minds so cloudy with this fear that they say, I don't know. The word here, the interpretation of it is that they used to remember, some of them. Or they're trying to remember. But for some reason they just can't. As if they know the answer but they can't remember it, they can't recall it. I don't know. Then asking the second question, I just don't know. And then a door from the right is opened and they see heaven. And they say, this is your place. It was awaiting you, but you lost it. Then they close it, and they open a door from the left, and he sees hellfire. He says, that's what's awaiting you now. But as soon as he says this, the hadith of Prophet ﷺ says, this disbeliever says, "Oh my Lord, don't let the last hour come. Don't let the world end. Let it go."